Yes, just thought I'd let you see what a beautiful morning there is here. So bright I can't, there's the ocean from my house here. What a beautiful morning. Everything is melting like crazy. I guess I have to call this Greg Saint's comic book posters. This is in Fox Cove, Newfoundland, Canada. Just thought I'd let you see the scenery outside the house here. I live from Newfoundland, but I live in Vancouver. Actually, I have to go back pretty soon because I'm having a surgery, cornea transplant surgery, recovering, but still have stitches to come out. But favorite hobby, I have a hobby of drawing, sort of comic book covers. This is what I'll call this. On Bristol board over the years when I was in my younger days, but my eyesight had problems, so after I had surgery I see quite good. I'm a single guy living in Vancouver for a while. If anybody's interested in living back here, I'd love to have some single girl to come back with whatever. This is about comic books for now, so this is the cover. And I put it on, started on Bristol board, and as you can see, this guy I got up in the corner here. Sketch. I had to color it, but this is just in marker for now. But as you can see, it's a start. This is how I started doing them, by drawing a grid there. Now this is the next one on Bristol board. Is an old Captain America cover there. I don't have the comic book put. I have the comic books put away right now, so I can't show the comic near it. The cover, original cover, is an early issue, I guess. Comic book fans would know which one it was. This is another one. Of course, all those old classic ones. I don't collect comic books anymore, but I love reading over the classics. Old ones sort of remind you when you're still a kid, I guess, in one way, when you read it. This is one of the... Actually done this off on a computer to cover. Just draw the grid on the cover there. And these are the figures up here. Closer look there. It turned out okay. I don't know if anybody would buy any of this stuff. Another old cover here. I got this, you recognize this one, I think took it from a photo somewhere. This picture here I took from a photo. I think it was a newspaper photo of somebody, and I just changed it around a bit. Yeah. This one is, everybody knows what this one is. Spider-Man 200. And this is the cover here. Take this, put the cover near it, you see how big it is there. Of course you recognize this picture here. I always put something up in the corner there. drying. This one is an old classic Hulk cover. One of my favorites, actually. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it clearly or not. There's the cover here. Of course, the cover here. That's the inside interior of 216, I think. It's running after one of the villains. There's 216 here. There's the classic one in the corner there. As best I can do it. Do it pretty good to me, anyway. There's the cover here. Yeah, I know the coloring is different than on the cover. I think it looks good. You can see it's a lot bigger in the cover, right? This one, not so good, is faded. The coloring is faded. Might do that cover again someday. That's the little guy in the corner there. Turned it okay. I've never done this recording business before, so I don't know if I'm doing it right or not. It's an old werewolf comic there I done. Actually done this one in Vancouver there a couple of weeks ago. I don't have the cover to this one. This is an old Dracula comic book here. Bristol board. I don't know, would anybody be interested in buying these or not? I want to give them away because it takes a couple of days to do these. I think it took me about 4 or 5 days to do these off and on. So depends on how many hours I start each day. Maybe some days it only takes me a couple, some a little bit more, some a little bit less. Depends on how many hours I spend. This is a little bit of interior art of the issue too on the cover I added. See, don't have the cover. That's on Bristol board. The guy in the corner is not too bad, but the legs are off a bit. Now I don't know if you're seeing any of this clearly or not. Fist there. Just love reading those ones. The art was very, very good too. One in the corner there. These covers were quite good and really fantastic art back then, I tell you. It's on Bristol board there, and even tried the little guy in the corner. Never had a computer back then, so I had to look at the guy in the corner. It was quite small, so it was difficult doing it. But these days, a computer can get the image bigger. Turned out good to me, anyway. This one I done back in '94, I remember, and I just repainted it over a couple of years ago, brighten it up a bit. As you can see, I never done no lettering or nothing. Didn't know what a grid was back then, just done it by just going with the flow and doing it. I think it turned out pretty good for back then. anybody wanted to buy this, I'd sell it at the right price. But people on the street, you've been walking down the street in Vancouver, they offer you $25 for it. That's a little bit of an insult there when you got to spend so much time doing some of those. Selling for probably at least $75 or $100. Some of them. Some of them less. This one's pretty damaged here. I have to draw this cover again someday. I don't know if you can see it's damaged a lot there. But, it wasn't too bad. Not too bad of a job, but didn't use a grid back then to put everything back in its place properly. Just done it. Mistake. Learning, trial and error type thing. This one's an old one, and I can tell it's not that good. But, a couple of mistakes in it, but that's how you learn how to do it right. This one here is I spend a lot of time on it, off and on. That's the little guy in the corner there. Lacy cover, it's quite beautiful. I used to read those old Mac Bolan Executioner series back in the day. It's not so bad of a cover, I guess. That's an older one there I never finished, I don't think. This one here is on about over 25 years ago. Very old. From two different novels I just added. I give away most of the Mac Bolan covers, which I shouldn't have done. And the back I would have kept them. You ask people, what did you do with it? Oh, I forgot all of it. I don't know what you're talking about. That's a nice cover there. The guy had done quite a job in the day. All those old classic ones. This one here, I liked it. That's why I drawed it. It's quite I copied from a comic book, right? The old 20-cent days. Whoever came up with that cover was a pretty neat idea. Now this is a comic book, the cover I tried to do on my own. The pose. I think I copied some other character and just put the basic form I copied and added. There. Yeah, this is actually copied from old Captain America comic there. This part here is copied from Captain America takes on the Leaper, I think it was. Batron, or whatever his name is. Oh yeah, this I used to read a few Louis L'Amour books in the day too. This is an old one. That was quite the beautiful cover on that one. This one's pretty back in the learning days. It's been quite a long time since I started doing this again, so you can see the first of it there where I started. The first couple, that was a little bit good. That's when I started. The recent ones. This one here is a little bit of an old one, but I tried that one on my own. I think you can tell with this one. It's copied from a comic book, but this one I done on my own. These ones in the background here I done on my own. As you can see, it done on my own there. It's another one I done on my own. It's picked up the wrong type of paint, that's what happened. Linseed oil or something wouldn't dry properly. I had to do a lot of trying to. I don't know if it works on, I don't know anything about oils. It wouldn't dry. I had a difficult time. I don't know. But that's a pretty good idea for a cover, though. That's the bad guy there in the middle there. Silver Surfer's enemy there. But, that's not a bad idea for a cover. I might have to do that again. Same poses and try to make it better. One of these days, maybe. It comes back here to live. Nice if I met abroad somewhere half decent that don't drink. There's a few and far between. Pretty boring life back here, walking out the road and stuff. But, at least city life is pretty damn chaotic these days. I'd sooner live back here in Newfoundland myself, this little place. Any females interested in coming back here, I enjoy pretty simple things in life and not partying all the time and stuff. Met quite a few of those people, which I'm not interested in. Enough about that. This is the original cover. I actually sent that away, and the company sent me a nice letter. These old classic Conan ones I still love reading those. Yeah. And I drawed the little guy there from an issue before that, I think, or after. Comic book fans would know. Marching off to battle there. We're taking on the bad guy, of course. I think it wasn't too bad. I don't know if you can see this clearly or not, but like I say, it's first time doing this. I don't know if anybody's going to be interested in looking at this or not, but don't know until you try. This is an old comic book cover, 100 and Veil of Lost Women or something old. 104, I think, Conan the Barbarian. I don't know if they got the right color here or not. Moonlight's shining. A little guy in the corner. I always had a little guy in the corner. I think the lizard looks quite good there. There's the broad there. Not so bad, I guess. Still got a lot to learn drawing. This is an old Bob Larkin cover, 137, Savage Sword, I think. It took me about 4 days to do that. I think I've done a pretty good job. It's not perfect. Pretty hard to get as good as those guys, man. They're fantastic. I think it's I got the idea there anyway. This is an old one. It's another Bob Larkin cover. I sort of copied from Bristol Board there. That's an old one, but a classic. Used to love those, reading those when I was a kid. That's the little guy I tried in the corner there. Not as good as I wanted it to be, but as you can see, need a lot of practice yet. There's an old Conan the Barbarian cover here. Amrat the Lion, I think. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or not. Very classic. This is an old one done in Vancouver there maybe a couple months ago. Black and white. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's not bad, not too bad, I don't think. Pretty hard to get it exactly like the cover, right? Need more practice with it. It's not so bad. I don't know if you can see this or not. The light. I can see this clearly. Hope so. This is one of the Conan the 100. This lately I've done this cover maybe last year. see it a lot bigger than the comic book. Bristol board. Close up of it. Yeah, a lot of people have to do in this cover over. I don't think it's so bad. I never added a character in the corner like I usually done. But, I think it worked out alright. Of course, one of my favorite comics is one Conan the Barbarian 100. After trying the cover there back in the day, a long time ago. It's pretty rough. This one here, it's an old one, but it's not too bad. You can see the paint is faded. Some of my very old ones. This is what I did back in the day, trying to copy a Conan the 100 comic book. That's the first page of the Conan the 100 interior. Yeah, that's on the other side. Yeah, pretty rough, but some panels actually turned out good. Of course. Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to do a whole comic and get it really good, but this is, as you can see, I never finished it. Pretty rough, but that was a long time ago. It's had some good. Get you to realize how hard those guys work each month drawing those things, man. Caliber of art each month to do that. They don't get a full month either, I guess. It takes time to publish it and market the stuff every month. Unbelievable how you could keep ahead of it all. Got my respect, that's for sure. That done there is not so bad there. It's all pretty faded now. Never know, sometime down the road I might try to do something like that again. I don't know if you're seeing this properly or not. Yeah. Bristol board bite. Leafy accent coming back again. Greg Saints on Facebook too, if you want to see some of my pictures. Any single ladies. Yeah, enough of that. You said that once, that's enough for that. It's not a bad place to live around here, but it's pretty boring at times. You got to find something to do here. I've only been back here for a month because my mom just moved up to a home and I had to come back and shut off the water and stuff in the wintertime here. I do a few things with the old house there before I move back. Once I get the sutures out of my eye, I think I'm going to come back here and live. Unbelievable how quiet it is compared to living in the city, I tell you. Chaotic city. Don't know what in the name of God's going to happen sometimes over there. Beautiful, beautiful city, but not for me. Quiet life for me, I think. This is something like Bible prophecy, and yeah, I don't think the Lord looks like that, but you never know. You never know, do you? This is another Bible prophecy here. I don't know if the Lord is going to return and look like that or not, but got the idea from Conan 1:14, the last page where he's putting the crown on his head. So they got the basic shape for that. So that's the end of Greg Saint's comic book covers. Hopefully I'll be able to draw a few more in the future, and beautiful day here, and I hope Just looking out the window here. On the other side here, beautiful day here. And I hope everybody has a safe day today. Okay, signing off.